Hello, everyone. This is Mr. Stepkowski. I'm here back again to talk to you guys about this is the 4-year college video series. And the last time I talked to you about financial aid and the FAFSA and how do you apply for financial aid. Today, I will be talking to you about your colleges and the colleges that you need to finally apply to and how that process works with Naviance. Okay, so here I am in my demo student, and I'm going to click on colleges, and I'm going to go to colleges I'm thinking about. And you're going to notice that I have already loaded in all of my colleges into colleges I'm thinking about. Now, this is just a rough draft. Notice how it's not colleges I'm applying to. These are colleges I am thinking about. So I have a lot of colleges here, and I'm definitely not going to be applying to every single one, but I am going to do research. And the way that I compose this list, if you go to Miss Kat's video on rough drafting and doing what's called a super match and finding your college and creating a rough draft of the college you want to have on a rough draft list, she will show you about dividing them, between reach, target, and safety. And then once you do a little bit more research and do some virtual research, let's say on YouTube, and maybe you visit a college, if they allow you to visit during COVID, you can do that, or you could actually go onto YouTube and look up some videos and try to get a video of the campus and so forth. It's sort of like visiting, but not the real thing. But once you've done that and you're comfortable and you have your list ready to go, you then need to decide, okay, out of all these colleges I'm thinking about my rough draft, I've done some research and now I'm decided I'm going to be applying to 8 or 9 of them. That's up to you, depending on how many you want to apply to. Okay, so the first step is going to be, if you notice right now, they're in my colleges I'm thinking about tab. I'm going to apply to Babson College. I know that I definitely want to apply here. So I'm going to click there in the box, and there's a thing that's going to pop. It's going to say move to application list. So you're going to click and move to the application list. Automatically, this box will generate, and it says, which application do you prefer? You have a couple of choices. You could do November 1st, early action. You could do early decision. You could do regular decision January 2nd, or early decision part 2 January 2nd. Now, if you want a little overview on this part, I'm going to just go very quick. You can go to Miss Kat's video in this series, and she's going to tell you the difference between applying early decision, early action, rolling decision, or regular decision. And she's going to tell you what the difference is between each one. So I'm just going to suppose that you wanted to go early action November 1st. It says, how will you submit your application? Okay, so if you have filled out, let's say, Babson College's private scholarship, excuse me, not scholarship, we're going to talk about that another day. If you have filled out their private application, you are going to then click on direct to the institution. But most people apply via the Common App. So you're basically going to do that Common App. And now if you've already sent in the Common App and you shot that application to the school, you definitely have to click here. If you haven't, then you leave it unclicked. Why are we doing this and doing this whole setup? Because this is going to tell your counselor whether you've applied there or not, and whether they are to send all of your other documents to that school. If they don't see this box clicked, they're not going to send. So I like to click the box. And sometimes I like to leave it unclicked, but I also like to follow up with an email to my counselor just to let them know and make sure that they received my request. So now I'm going to put add and request transcripts. Okay. And I'm going to answer these questions. You're always going to put initial, because this is the first time that you are sending in a transcript to the school. Later on at mid-year time, when it becomes January, if they ask, if Babson College asks me later for a mid-year transcript, then I'm going to have to send them a mid-year transcript. That's when I would click on that one. Okay, so you could actually do all three. Okay, so I always start with initial. Are you going to send them some SAT scores? If you want, you can do that through College Board. And later on, Mr. Milas, if you go back to a video here about sending scores to colleges and which standardized test scores should I send. He goes over a whole thing in this video series about what is the best test to be taking at this time. We know that a lot of schools during COVID are now changing their standardized testing policies. Some are going test optional, some are test friendly. Maybe, you should really know what test blind means and so forth. So really go back and look at that video. All right. So where are you sending the transcripts? This one, I just like to click on it and put done, okay? And then put request and finish. Now, notice it says successfully added college applications and received the transcript request. So your counselor has now received a transcript request. So they're going to start to get your transcript ready. And your counselor now knows that you are going to be applying to this school. Now, this is a big one down here. Your Common App account has been matched. That means that I went into my Common App, and Mr. Milas does a really great video in this video series on the Common App and all the different application processes that you're supposed to be following. So I would go back and look at that video, and you'll notice that I went through the matching process that Mr. Milas taught me, and it says your FERPA status is not waived. Now, the FERPA status is inside of your Common App, and he goes over all of that. But what I'm just trying to show you today is we have successfully now told our counselor, okay, that I'm applying to this school. Now, I would definitely shoot your counselor an email. So in your senior meeting, they know that you're definitely applying to this college and that they have to get the documents ready on their end to send to this school as well. So now if I go back into colleges and colleges I'm thinking about, you're going to notice that Babson has disappeared. Okay, whoops, sorry about that. Oh my goodness, you've gone incognito. Don't want to do that. So let's figure out how to get out of that. Exit incognito. Sorry about that, folks. You go back into colleges and you're going to notice over here that Babson no longer appears in the colleges that you're thinking about because you've made a firm decision that you're definitely going to be applying to the school. So now if you go into the tab colleges I'm applying to, your counselor will now be able to see that you are applying to this school. Okay. Now, the reason that this school is not appearing here is look at the message it gives me. Your Common App account has been matched. Your FERPA status is not waived. You're ready to apply to colleges using Common App. So I have to go into my Common App and I have to add the school there. And then once my account is matched with my Naviance account, it's going to appear right here. And then your counselor will be able to see it. So right now, I can't do any of this until my Common App account has been matched, which it has been, but I still did not sign the FERPA waiver. But it does say that you're ready to apply to colleges using Common App. So now I got to go into Common App. I have to add Babson. Then the Common App, because of the matching process, is now going to talk to Naviance, and then Babson will appear in Naviance to allow your counselor to see that. Okay? So let's go back in, all right? And I'm going to click on colleges. I just want to show you one more thing, okay? Here's colleges. And colleges I'm thinking about. Most of the colleges that I've picked and that you will pick will be on the Common App. And you're going to notice that with this CA monitor, right? Common App. But then you're going to get a school like, let's say, an Ohio State. I believe there's a couple others that do not use the Common App. So that means you got to apply directly to institutions. So you could see that this demo student right here, okay, that means it's a mail away. Okay, so Ohio State University, the College of Engineering, I definitely want to apply to this school. So I'm going to click on it. Now, remember, Ohio State University is not going to be Common App. So I'm going to go here, but I want to move it to my application list. Okay, and again, it's going to go through and it's going to ask me questions. I need to decide on a date, okay, which I'm going to, again, if you see here, I don't even have to look at Ms. Katz's explanation on what's the difference between early action, regular decision, rolling decision, early decision. I don't have to do that because this school, as you can see, only allows regular decision. I just need to find out what the date is. How will you submit your application? Notice in the drop-down menu, because they're not a Common App school, it has to be the one that's off of their website. So it's directly to the institution. Now, If you've already filled it out, then click this box to let your counselor know that you have already filled it out and you've already sent in the application. Okay, so we're going to do that. I'm going to add and request transcripts. Okay, again, I want you to send in my 9th through 11th grade transcript. They're not asking me for anything yet for senior year. I'm not going to send in any SAT scores because I noticed that they're SAT friendly and I don't feel like sending in my SATs. Where are you sending? Remember, just click on there, click done. And then finally, we want to do a request and finish. Okay. And look, successfully added college applications and received transcript request. Your Common App has been matched. Your FERPA status still is not waived. You're ready to apply to colleges using Common App. So that doesn't really say anything, about that. So now I'm looking at colleges I'm applying to, and we are all set. Okay. Now at the end, what you're going to do is you're going to do college that I'm attending. So on May 1st, when you write that check to the one college that you will be attending, you're just going to go like this. It says NA right now because we don't have any colleges populated inside of the colleges I'm applying to because I still have to go back in and fix that. But you're going to notice here you have letters of recommendation. And if you go and there's another video here called How Do I Do Letters of Recommendations? How do I do teacher recs for colleges? How do you ask a teacher? And once they say yes, you have to go into Naviance and request them. And how many recs should you get? And can I ask somebody outside of the school? But basically, you would click here, and Ms. Katz does a video and shows you exactly what to do. So hopefully you found this video helpful. It basically is you taking your rough draft of colleges and finally saying, okay, I am now going to apply out of the 30 colleges that I've done a little bit of research on. I did some extra research on these 10. I'm going to start to put them in and send that to the list of colleges I'm applying to, which will then show up to your counselor. Email your counselor and let them know that you're ready to, do all the paperwork to apply. Let them know if you sent in the application or not, and you're ready to go. And then you can request your transcripts, and you are all set to go. So hopefully you found this video helpful, and I wish you good luck. Thank you.